There's a team out there, its name is White Wolf Gaming, and it is very concerned about the events of the next hour and a half. My name is Kenos, I'm here with Slackosaurus, and we are closing out the regular season of Split 5 right now. How's it going, Slack?
Oh, dude, it's going great. Holy moly, last four games. Um, First off, congratulations, White Wolf. Uh, you caught Phoenix off guard. You got a 2-0. Now you're forcing the 2-0 out of 9 lives. Great job. Option 12, I expected nothing less, except for the Nico pick and the Ari pick. Was kind of.
Well, I don't think expecting normal ADCs from Fat Lee is a thing we can do.
Oh no, most definitely not. We've seen his Yasuo, we've seen now his Nico, we've seen Ari. Am I missing any other unconventional AD carries?
I'm sure you are, but I'm pretending they didn't exist. So,
Fair enough.
for those of you who haven't watched the last set of videos, I'm going to pull up the standings real quick, mostly for our YouTube audience or anyone else who wasn't watching the stream earlier. And so here's the situation that we have right now. Um, Northern Storm, 9 lives, and White Wolf Gaming are all in sort of interesting tying situation here. White Wolf needs a 2-0 from either Northern Storm or 9 lives to make it out and make it to the playoffs. So that's what's on the line for White Wolf Gaming here. 9 lives needs to win 2 games to, or needs to win games to get in. Period. And then standings wise there for Northern Storm. So Slack. Rather than talking about White Wolf for the whole thing here, what's Northern Storm and 9 lives going to do here?
Okay, well, last week, uh, 9 lives. First game was a little shaky, uh, but what I can say was pretty consistent was the bot lane, specifically with the Zyra support. I said it going into game two. It's got to be a must ban, and well, they didn't ban it, and Raihayo did a ton of damage and was very very dominant in the bot lane. Ash was a pick. Unfortunately, they were looking at a very late game. They should have gone with an early game, especially with the Zyra. I like that though. I like the mindset that they had in game two. If they bring that to the table against Northern Storm, we're gonna have a good series. As for Northern Storm, oh, I've seen them do a lot of work. They're good across the board. They have an amazing team, and I believe Sig said it best: is their team has a lot of promise. They've been good. Unfortunately, they've had a couple of rough patches, and that's why we're in the situation we're in. But either way, you bring any week and you see Northern Storm performing really well. 9 lives, they've had their up and down too. I feel like they've had a lot more downs, but like I said, they bring the same performance as game two last week. We might be looking at 2-0.
Yeah, I mean that's definitely good analysis there of some of the strengths and weaknesses of these teams. We have seen Northern Storm pull things out really, really effectively with some help from their opposing team. I'm thinking specifically of Northern Storm versus Option 12. Um, but I am hoping that, at least for the sake of making things interesting, that we're able to get some close games, some enjoyable games, and we'll see what happens. Hopefully, we're getting the game set up now. I only just got an invite myself. I'm not sure if there's one in there for you just yet.
Well, we're getting there. We're
Yeah,
getting there.
yeah, we're getting there. Getting things set up, working on it. Um, little bit of a delay here, of course.
Hey, we gotta have that trifecta of technical difficulties. Am I right?
Yeah, screwed up, screwed up stream, screwed up invites, screwed up setting up the games themselves. Um, I think. Are you just Slackosaurus on League? Because I can invite you myself.
Oh, Slackosaurus Rex.
All one word.
Two.
Oh, that's right. They have two words here.
Prowler, yes, this is.
And but Slackosaurus, since we're in a little bit of downtime, I got to ask you a question, man. Arcane Soda is beating you in bits. What's going on there?
Yeah. So I see him beating me in bits right now. We'll see where it goes. Um, I gotta pay attention to the stream.
Uh-huh.
Uh,
Yeah, you've been very busy streaming the last 4 hours.
right.
Yeah.
So we'll see. We'll see.
Uh-huh. Okay. All right. So we got we got the people mostly set up now, and so we should be starting in just a second here. Keeping things interesting, keeping everybody chatty, but we are going in now, and apparently people saying me typing in that we're ready to go. People can't read. You don't need to read to play League of Legends, right? I mean,
I I don't believe so.
it's not really an important thing. You just look at all the pretty pictures.
Right. Pretty pictures. You just throw your QWE and your R sometimes, and you're good.
hmm You know, I mean, when I start, I just go with a couple of the red glass jars and maybe one of those wooden plank things. That's my build. Maybe a sword or two. There's a lot of swords in the items. You ever notice that?
There is. There is. I've seen some people, they come out and they have like 5 swords and a pair of boots that has a dagger attached to it, which is kind of like, is that a little much?
And it's so weird because why would you have 5 swords when you only have 2 hands and then only one shoe on? Doesn't make any sense.
You know that's a very valid point. They call them boots, but I have yet to see more than one boot.
Yeah, I don't know what's going on there. Riot, help. All right. In all seriousness, we're going into the game now. 9 lives, Northern Storm. I can think of at least 5 people who are watching very closely. All wearing their White Wolf t-shirts.
Well, what I can say, already we have 2 mid lane bans. What I'm looking for, and if it's not banned, I'm gonna freak out, is Morgana.
Well, you know, I mean, you and your Morgana thing have been well documented already. I mean, it's just Morgana's the same as she was last week. It's not like this is any different. Okay, there's your Morgana ban, so we can shut up about it.
Yeah, I'm very happy about that. Very, very happy.
CB Hickey, thank you for the Twitch Prime sub.
And there's the Zyra ban. Yeah, I am not surprised to see that.
Okay, so we got, yeah, I mean, a nice variety of bans here. We got the Amumu ban. Amumu, of course, very good this split. Haven't seen him too much the last couple of weeks, but he has been banned a few times. And we got the first pick, Ashe, again.
So I'm really interested to see how this is gonna go. Vampy, like I said last week, he pulled out the Ashe. It didn't fully work in his favor, but maybe Vampy and Brihio, they found a new connection with an Ashe and a different support.
Kale's back. Did see very scary last game.
Yeah, Kale just in general is a very scary champion right now. And then you have Vi. Vi got her buffs. You might be able to kill Altia Vi that's about to ult in, hit that Ashe. That might neutralize a lot of their team comp.
Yeah, absolutely. And I mean, this is the third Vi today, which is 300% more Vi than we've had in the LCUS before now. So, Braum also coming out, so we got the Ashe Braum combo. Will help protect against Kale in particular once she gets to her final form. Or
Right. You can lock her down very easily. Now you have Ornn. You're getting more tanks. This is looking very interesting. Oh, and then Xerath.
a lot more longer range artillery. Prowler asking who's scarier, Yi or Kale? I'd say probably Yi just because Yi doesn't take as long to come online.
Yeah, I'm gonna have to agree with you on that. Yee's definitely scary. But Kale, once you get past level 11, and you're able to get that, empowered range, she becomes very scary because
Hmm.
you can't hit her. She's a ranged Master Yi, and she can go invulnerable. It's pretty hard to deal with.
Hmm. Yeah, I mean, obviously they both have their strengths, but I think for establishing enough early game dominance that it doesn't matter, it's Yi all the way.
Yeah.
But we'll see what happens. Tarek ban, interesting. Nice variety of bans here. No real specific targets. Looks like mostly fear of the jungle in mid lane.
Right. I mean, you have the Morgana and the Zyra ban. Now, Morgana, as we know from last week, can be flexed to the mid lane.
Hmm.
Uh, Even after rework Morgana, really scary. If you get hit by a Morgana Q and you're low HP, like under 50%, you're about to take a lot of damage from her W.
Yeah, I mean, damage just in general, Morgana can get pretty scary when fed. Rather surprisingly, actually, sometimes, depending on who you're up against. I'm looking to see at least a tank coming out. There we go. That's an Alistar. That's good. Alright, so that's the most durability they're going to have right now beyond Kale's ultimate button. And against a rather durable 9 lives team, which is interesting.
Yeah, so I'm intrigued. Who are we going to see in the bot lane for Northern Storm? We have
Um,
Alistar.
Sivir, maybe?
Right.
Sivir would really help with the Alistar, the Kale, the Vi.
But Sivir is banned out. Oh, and we see a Nocturne.
Oh, I missed the Sivir ban. Darn. Um, hmm. ADCs. Ashaway is saying that someday someone will let her play Morgana. That's that's an interesting hope there, Ashaway.
Immediately, everyone just saying no and never. Oh, Mordekaiser. Okay.
Today is the day for interesting team comps.
Okay, so we got a Mordekaiser Alistar bot. We have Brandana on the Syndra. I'm really excited to see that. I've seen him perform really, really well with Syndra. So, looking for another high tier performance. Then we got Nocturne. Nocturne, this is the thing about him. You're going to be able to, the moment you hit 6, you're going to be able to easily gank Xerath and Kayle and shut them down early.
Hmm. Yeah, I mean, the Kale is going to be in a lot of trouble if she pushes forward at all. Nocturne's just going to eat her alive. But Kale will also be 6 at that point, so she will have her 3 seconds, 2 seconds of invulnerability to get away.
True. That is very true.
Ashway, if you want someone to let you play Morgana again, you should get really good at somebody else. So then they'll forget about Morgana. Alright, so with these lineups, granted 9 lives does not like being in order, but they have their reasons for that. So Syndra Xerath mid lane. Mordekaiser will be interesting. I've never really bought the Mordekaiser ADC storyline. I know he can be very scary, especially if he gets a dragon or something like that. But I'm not. I need to see this in action before I say anything positive or negative about it.
Yeah. Mordekaiser. I've seen good Mordekaisers. I've seen bad Mordekaisers. Um, and you're right. Once they get a dragon, they can be kind of scary, especially with sieging. It does a lot of damage. If you happen to have a dragon and Shelly, you have a heck of a siege comp. But you have a lot of close range other than the Xerath on Northern Storm. And you have a really good front line and one hell of a back line for 9 lives. So I'm going to say 9 lives on the W in my predictions alone on just this champ select.
I'll devil's advocate for a second, even though I'm not on board the Mordekaiser thing here. Depending on how Mordekaiser's built, he can also get somewhat durable. Um, if the Alistar and the Mordekaiser can establish enough of a defense, you have the Kale and the Xerath in the back, and as we've seen, Kale can just erase anybody. Um, I think a lot of this is going to come down to how well Huge plays this Nocturne. If he goes in too deep, Kale or Vi just eats him alive, and then suddenly you're in a 4v5 situation.
True, true. But I can say this off of first-hand experience. Nocturne is a very good spot right now. You have multiple build paths with him, so we could even see maybe a Bruiser Nocturne. We could see a full attack speed Nocturne, or full lethality strictly to just one-shot the Mordekaiser, Xerath, or the Kale, being that they aren't as tanky or what have you.
Yeah, I mean they definitely have options, and again, Kale is such a unknown in the LCUS right now that it's entirely possible that Amaya just doesn't get on board at all due to how Ornn treats her, and that's just the end of the game. So we'll see what happens heading into the skin selection process now. A lot of good looking Kale splash art. So we'll see which one has been selected. I really hate her default skin. Just so much.
You're not a fan of the new default skin?
Not at all. Silver Kale I'm a fan of though. It looks pretty good.
I do like it. Man, we are sitting on 10 skins.
All right.
Okay. So, I'll put in my vote here. I've always been a fan of Atlantean Syndra.
Mm-hmm.
I just like the fact that when the ball comes out, it's a little bubble.
Mm-hmm.
Santa Braum, absolutely adore it. Haunting Nocturne. I am such a fan of this skin. Holy moly. But you look at if you look at like Pentakill Mordekaiser, we're seeing the cow come out. And then the silver Kale. It's pretty close for me. It's pretty close. I don't know if I can choose one side or the other.
Well, I'm going with 9 lives. I was a fan of the silver Kale, but you've got the Project, Ash, Thunderlord, Ornn. The champions rotate around for me again. And then the Haunting Nocturne. So I think 9 lives wins the skins here.
Okay. Yeah, I'm definitely I'm gonna stick with you on that one.
Also, we need more Xerath skins out there, guys. I understand that he doesn't have a lot of great skins, but this same red one over and over again is getting old.
I mean, you go with Scorched and it's orange, so there's that.
While the Pentakill Mordekaiser is cool and all, I like his King of Clubs one the best. So
Yeah.
sad we didn't see that. And of course, Cow voted best skin by the LCUS community.
Is it just because of the cowbell? Or...
Oh, of course it is. I mean, why else would it be? It's literally a skin just for its emote. That's it.
Okay, fair enough. Fair enough.
All right. So we have observations that it's
There's the cowbell.
Yep.
There's the cowbell.
There it is. We've seen it. We've observed it. Let's never talk about it again. Okay, so we'll see how this this top lane goes with the Kale. I think it's interesting that on her splash art for that skin, she's just a statue. It's kind of weird.
Right. Now, one thing I do want to bring up that's kind of interesting is you have Hail of Blades Vi. Now, last time we saw Vi, she went Predator. Don't know if that was a mistake or not, but I do support the Halo Blades. You can get your 3-hit combo really quick and do a lot of damage.
Yeah, there's definitely some interesting options that Vi has available to her. We'll see which one Spicy Hot Meme is able to do. If there's one person who's going to do absurdly well in the jungle on anyone, it's Spicy Hot Meme. Or, you know, Fat Lee, I guess. So we'll see if he's able to make this work.
We might be seeing a gank up top, too.
Great Beard of Odin gets away. A little bit of a dance here in this mid lane. Mustache and Brandana going back and forth. So hard to just kind of glance down there bot lane. But yeah, I mean, Maya is doing very well currently. Great Beard of Odin on the back foot. 5 CS down. Not really what you might expect, considering that Kale is supposed to be extremely fragile level 1.
And it's not even just fragile. Her autos are pretty weak first 5 levels. Once you hit level 6 and then you get that next level up, you get that kind of ascension, that's when you'll start seeing some power. But we are seeing a good trade.
We have comments that Mord should be pushing the Ashe. I agree. They should. They've got a kind of interesting comp. Mord can tank damage a little bit better than you might expect down that lane, so get some aggression out there. Especially because Nocturne's going to be asleep at the wheel pre-6, you would think.
Right, unless if somebody is absurdly out of position, you're going to see Nocturne essentially just AFK.
Oh, Brandana in a lot of trouble here. Might flash. Great patience there from Brandana not flashing there. I think 8 out of 10 people would have flashed there.
Right, Brandon had a lot of composure there. Held flash and I mean, incredible play right there.
Alright, so a little bit of pressure there. Mid lane is relatively equal. Ornn has finally gotten back into the CS lead here. So hitting his stride, feeling out how Amaya-chan is playing the Kayle and responding to it effectively. Couple of ward pings going on here. Do have the Nocturne floating in this mid lane here, but I don't think that Mustache has been pushing forward enough to make it work. Big knock up here in the bot lane, though. I don't think Vi is going to be able to impact. Blows the flash. Don't agree with that at all.
Brihio did miss the Q. It wouldn't have made much of a difference, but there's that. One thing I do want to point out about this bot lane, as much as Vampy can use his W to poke out the Mordekaiser, he has a crap ton of sustain. So I don't think it's necessary really that Mordekaiser pushes. I think he's fine, and the reason being is just because you do a lot of damage to him, and he's going to heal back. So he can just pretty much free farm.
Yeah, the argument is that Mordekaiser spikes much quicker than Kayle does. Or not Kayle, sorry, Ashe does. And so they should try to take advantage of that. At least that's what the chat's saying. I'm a voice messenger for the chat box. Greatbeard Odin really committing to staying in lane, though. Grabs a couple of healing bits there. Does have his Sheen, but of course, as Ornn, you never need to go back for items.
Very true, very true. That's what's really great. Now, his passive does have a pretty lengthy cooldown, but it's very, very handy to be like, oh, hey, I'm gonna go in a bush, and you're like, oh, okay, they're gonna need to go back pretty soon, and then come back out and you have a Sunfire cape. Like, that's just great.
Oh, mid lane in a lot of trouble here. Gets away with 12 hit points. Whew. Not quite the record. Sorry. Get a minion auto on you, maybe come back. Alright, so Kayle is 6 now.
We are seeing Vi up top.
So Kayle starting to come online a little bit here. Get some of that CS. Is also awakened currently as well, to some degree. Bot lane has been extremely close to each other this whole game just because you got 3 melee characters down there.
Also, to add to that sustain, what I'm just now noticing, Mordekaiser and Alistar both have Relic Shield, meaning they're just healing each other so damn much.
Better love story than Twilight. Oh, a little bit of aggression there from Greatbeard of Odin, but Kayle backs up. Very low mana on Amaya-chan though, so probably will need to go back soon.
Now we are seeing junglers about to hit 6 pretty soon, so that's something we have to watch out, especially with the Nocturne.
Yeah, Nocturne
does have 6.
Yep. Yeah, he's spider sensing already, man. He's hunting. He's got an eye on this Xerath. There it goes. Landing a bunch of hits. Ignites. That should be first blood. Yep.
That was really, really well played. They did drop the Ignite. I'm really glad to see Nocturne give that to Brandana, because Brandana then can take a lot of ownership of that mid lane.
For a second there, it seemed like Northern Storm was going to go Dragon, but now they're going mid. Mordekaiser heading back. Let's see if they can get Brandana here. Brandana does not have Flash available, so this should be dead. Good push there, but there's the ult.
Very unfortunate to see Brandana still push that far forward, especially after getting that first kill.
Yeah, I mean, you got to kind of think, once your jungler is 6, the opposing jungler's got to be 6 as well. And when you're up against a Vi and a Nocturne, that's both very scary. So now they're going for the Cloud Drake. Ghost will help Kayle a lot, synergize with some of her own abilities. Movement speed, all that good stuff.
Now what I'm really impressed by, even with the fact that early levels... Oh, we have a gank?
Yep, gank up in the top lane. Kayle using her whole kit to try to get out of it. Still gets feared through the invulnerability. Maybe wanted to save that invulnerability for a little bit, but didn't think to do so.
Nocturne playing that beautifully.
A little surprised. I'm guessing, I mean, I would be surprised if Amaya expected the fear to go through invulnerability. I would have thought it would have made you immune to everything.
And that's what's actually kind of the advantage slash disadvantage. It's for balance changes. You know, you are able to get stunned, so that Ash Arrow, Glacial Fissure, the knockups, whole 9 are going to be able to go through. You just don't take any damage at all.
Dragon killed dragon. That's an interesting announcement. Anyway, so Cloud Drake for Northern Storm there. Gold lead about 1,000 in favor of 9 lives.
And the big thing you're going to have to worry about with that is 2 particular champions, the Vi and the Alistar.
Speaking of the Vi, back here in the mid lane, does flash for another big play there, and that's just dead.
Almost trades it though.
Oh, flash play there. Great use of the stopwatch, which is overpowered. Call your congressman, and Yuch is going to die here. There's that going in, but you know, how do you predict stopwatch if you're not checking inventories?
Correct. Don't know if I fully agree with it, but
top lane having some fights. We see Kayle still not very online as this Ornn goes through half her health for almost nothing.
well, we do see the bot lane. There was a small skirmish, and now Vi is down there, but she is backing, so.
Checking out some gold differences here. Everyone close enough. Biggest discrepancies up in the top lane currently. Amaya on the back foot, as all Kayle players are, like we said, for the first 11 levels or so. But she's getting close there. Level 8 currently, so there before you know it. Northern Storm actually up on CS in the bot lane as well. Oh, Vi up here in the top lane. Forge God coming. May not be enough. Nope, Odin does manage to get away.
And Odin is so tanky right now. I'm kind of impressed that he went Frozen Gauntlet first item.
Oh, Nocturne coming down here. This could be a double kill. Fawn's going to die possibly right away. A lot of durability on this Mordekaiser, though. Mustache is here. Takes out one. Can they get Huge also? He's focusing on the Ashe instead, but Chaos is boxing out Huge so hard. A couple more hits there.
Oh, he started to fear a minion instead of Mustache.
That's an interesting Xerath ult, but it's kind of creates some distance there. Chaos rushes forward rather unnecessarily, gets stunned. Should be able to get out, though. Oh, the Ignite is blown as well, so they hit the delete button and he goes down. Yeah, unnecessary death there, unfortunately. Mustache probably should have saved the ult until now.
We are seeing Vi take Rift Herald in other news.
Yep, there's that solo Vi on objectives that we've heard so much about. Not able to hit the eye, though, so just kind of dancing in circles here. Kayle, meanwhile, turning the tables on Greatbeard of Odin, has ascended. Not at her true form yet, but dealing enough damage to force Odin back. Meme wants the dive. Invulnerability helps out.
Yeah, and unfortunate because of the Vi ulti. Can't knock her out. So.
All right. Well, here comes the Rift Herald, so this might be a dead turret.
A lot of money going into their pockets here.
Yeah, a lot of work getting done here.
We do have a Paranoia, though, and no ulti on the Kayle. Here it comes.
Yep. Vi goes back in.
Oh, he spell shields it.
Oh, one more hit on this turret. It's so painful. Ornn is back as well, going straight for this Kayle. Kayle has to run. Fortunately, Vi's safe, though.
And that turret is still alive.
Yep, turret's still alive. Turret plating.
1 HP.
Turret plating only fell about 30 seconds ago. And an Infernal Drake is our second dragon. So we'll see if Spicy Hot Meme can take that down. Looks to be making a beeline right for it.
Yeah, I'm not gonna be surprised about seeing them try to go for it. He does spot the ward, so he's gonna back off.
Might just want to grab that blue buff first. We'll see. Northern Storm coming in to clear it up here. Fawn and Chaos. Clearing out all the wards. Nocturne coming back in. Lot of movement around here, actually. It would be a 4v3 at the moment. Spicy Hot Meme just kind of lurking in the brush here. Oh, Chaos goes in on Ashe. Gets down to about just under half. Fan here. Spicy Hot Meme coming back in. Decides he doesn't want any of it. The stun does land. Mustache is here. Spicy Hot Meme very, very low. Manages to get away.
And Spicy Hot Meme's going to have to back here, which is very, very dangerous, especially with the fact that Dragon is up.
Couple of nice hits there with the Xerath, though. Comet. Dragon's looking for a fight, but no one wants to give it to him just yet. Ooh, stun misses again. That's 2 missed stuns by the Xerath. But big damage with that skill shot. Oh, the Vi goes straight in. Everyone collapses on Brandana, who does use that flash. Big knockback there. Here comes the Xerath ult. Nice. Lands a few hits there. Looking fishing for more here. They grab the Nocturne. Vi looking to run over the wall. Huge flashes to get away. They're starting Dragon here. Blast cones as well. I don't think there's any way to steal this.
No, there is no wards for them to be able to drop so that way he can get vision and then do his Paranoia. They're going to pull it out. Good call. Good call. Good play by Northern Storm.
All right. 2 dragons for Northern Storm now, making themselves known. Right, Maya, meanwhile, is a quarter of the way to 11. Might start making some progress now and stop getting bullied by Greatbeard of Odin, who's now 40 CS up. That's
going to be a dead bot turret.
Yep, bot turret does go down. We do have the Mordekaiser dragon. All good things there. Oh. Looks like going for the Kayle, who does ult immediately.
Kind of preemptively. Now, granted, they did get past it.
Oh, Spicy Up Meme jumped on from behind by Brandana. Pops his own stopwatch, but doesn't help at all. I think there might have been some calls about someone was missing and no one said anything. Alright, but now we see on the mini-map that Kale has ascended at level 11 here. So now she's spooky. 4 wings, no helmet. Ornn lurking in the enemy jungle here, throwing down some wards.
What you see is you have that Mustache went to the bot lane. I don't know quite to why they sent him down there, but now you have Mordekaiser that's going to be rotating.
Yeah, we have Vampy falling back a little bit here. Not great. It's funny, we have Northern Storm, who's got a lot of the advantages in these team fight encounters. They have 2 dragons, but they're down in CS in almost every lane, except bot lane.
They do have a TP coming in.
Yep, we got Spicy Up Memes here, Maya-chan's here. 4 mid, 3.5 mid. Vi's kind of hanging out in the lower jungle. Goes in for that red buff. Might get collapsed on here. Chaos can come intercept them. Meme, you've got to get out. Does barely. Oh, maybe not going back in. Why would you go back in there? The arrow stuns 2 members. That's going to be a 2 for none, more than likely.
Yeah, double kill going over to the Nocturne. That's not something you want to see. He's going to be able to finish his first lethality item, whether it be Youmuu's or Duskblade. His power spike is about to hit.
Yeah, that was a really weird choice of play from Northern Storm there. Might have just been the tempo shift that 9 Lives needed to get back momentum-wise into this game. Ashe solo farming in the bot lane. See if that negatively impacts his team or not. Vi and Alistar are not here yet, so nothing that's going to hurt them too badly. Ooh, big stun there. Here comes the Forge God. Bounce back into Mustache, but does not kill him. Yep, Ashe pushing that bot lane. A couple of pings to point that out to the good people. Nocturne and Vi going down there to help out, so it's a 4v3 now in the mid.
Yeah, and with Nocturne, he still has his paranoia. That's something that's going to be super important to say. So even if somebody goes in on, you know, for example, Vampy or Brandana, you can expect that Nocturne to hit him.
All right, top lane turret goes down. Kale returns to farming. Is her helmet off in this one too? Yeah, it is. Interesting. All right, so mid lane wise, this turret's still very healthy. I'm kind of surprised considering that there's been a lot of Northern Storm pressure in this lane for a while now. Great Beard of Odin just kind of bumps into Vi. Xerath doing some artillery poking here.
And Odin is just so tanky right now. He just ate that Q from Xerath and was just kind of laughing it off.
Kale's back here in the mid lane, so all 5 members of Northern Storm are in the mid lane. 3 members of 9 Lives currently, the other 2 are rapidly approaching. But it's just all very very passive. Currently, I'm not sure if this is an abundance of caution.
We do have a Cloud Drake coming up that looks like they're rotating for it. Whether they're going to put full priority on it, I'm not too sure.
Kale is up in the top lane. Doesn't look like anyone's going to impress upon her just yet. She does not have teleport available for half of its duration still, so not going to have... Oh! Missed that.
He just walked into a death bush.
Yeah, that's what it looked like.
Didn't even Q ahead of time. That was very, very silly of him.
And now we have a ghost of a Nocturne who will help them take this 3rd dragon of the game. And they get a ghost dragon now, too. It's a party. A Mordekaiser ghost party. Oh, Kale gets taken down.
And one thing to point out, there will be a 3rd Cloud Drake. Now, Cloud Drake, not many people are a big fan of it. But if you have 3 Cloud Drakes, you're getting a lot of movement speed. You can rotate significantly faster than your enemy team, and that can make or break a lot.
Mordekaiser's pet dragon goes down. So that's what that announcement is. Very interesting. I just thought it was the game screwing up, but it's actually Mordekaiser's fault. Excellent.
Vampy saying they're sidestepping a bunch of Xerath ultis.
Yeah, a lot of good dodging on Xerath ults today, both in the first set of games with White Wolf and today, and in this set, I should say. All right, so gold is 1,000 again. Not really notable. CS advantages are closing as well. Baron available, but very little vision on it. Spicy at me grabbing that Archangel. Or Guardian Angel, rather.
So I'm going to take a look at the gold differences real fast. Pretty much every single laner has a gold lead except for the supports. Alistar has 1,000 gold lead on the Braum.
Well, that is quite the lead to write home about. I mean, Mordekaiser's also got 1,700 up on the Ashe, which is pretty incredible. Ashe with 5 assists. It's going to be pretty frustrating as an ADC.
Oh, very. Me personally, when I'm sitting there and I'm playing AD carry and I have 5 assists, you're not even AD carry. You're just support Ashe at that point.
We have Mustache teleporting down bot to save that turret, but now there's a fight in the mid lane as a result. Ooh, that stun would have been huge if it had connected. If any of those stuns had connected. Oh, here comes the Forge God as a downward angle. Big hit from Great Beard of Odin. Forces Kayle to pop the invulnerability. Huge has to run back. The Hourglass is popped on Brandana. He's trying to get away, being chased by Spicy Hot Meme here. Here comes the Xerath ult as well to try to help out. Comet takes out the Brandana. Brio goes down as well. All that's left is Vampy. Wow. 4 for nothing. Northern Storm.
Spicy Hot Meme taking a bunch of damage from Baron. Gonna go back in. Now this looks kind of silly. You have 6 people on 6 red names on Baron, but that's because Nocturne is with them. So.
Man, it's tough when it's a 6v5. And the Nocturnes gets Baron buff too. It's adorable. Arcane Soda asked if Mord started with Relic. Yes, he did. That's why him and Alistar are the best love story of all time.
That's also why Alistar has 75 CS.
Okay, very nice. Alright, so they got the red buff there. Now, after a team wipe almost and Baron, 5,000 gold lead, 3 dragons. Northern Storm absolutely dominating with objective control.
And no ulti on... Oh, wait, Amayachan blows the ulti now.
Nope.
Good pick. Good pick.
Yeah, this Kale's been out of position a little bit. Amaya's been caught a few times. Mostly because I miss every time he gets caught.
And another assist goes to support Ashe, so that's pretty good. We do have Dragon coming up in 40 seconds, so that's going to be something to look forward to.
So when we're talking about support Ashes, I want to look at the build for a minute. I don't know if a support should be getting Infinity Edge.
You know, it's unconventional, but they're kind of thinking, hey, maybe we can help out late game by building AD carry style.
It's interesting. We'll see if it works out for him. Oh, down here in the bot lane, Spicy Hot Meme is getting 1v5'd at the moment, but here comes the rest of his team to help out. Brio is now too far forward. Mega taking out Spicy Hot Meme, avoids the Comet. Brandana running for his life. Support Vampy comes up here, but he doesn't have the damage to make too much of an impact here. He's going to get picked off by the Xerath, and now there's a support Ashe on Northern Storm. Brandana jukes and jives, gets spotted out by the minions. He's going to get picked off by this Xerath. Triple kill for the Xerath.
Yeah, and this is starting this is starting to get out of hand. Nocturne still has ulti, and he's gonna sacrifice himself to get this turret. Oh wait, not even.
Want to talk about a little bit crazy? Ash's, or not Ash's, Kale's attack speed is absolutely insane. Looks like she's playing baseball with her sword. Oh, nice little knock up there. See if they get anything else done with it. Doesn't look like it. 4v2 currently. Mordekaiser with, I'm guessing, the dragon is pushing down the mid lane, but we're not going to look at that right now. Vampy doing some pokes. Here comes the Forge God. Going to be going down that side angle as requested in the chat, but not much else can get done with it. Here comes the Nocturne, but Invincibility protects it. Nocturne just goes down.
Yeah, immediately knocked away by Chaos.
4v5. Xerath doing the ult again. Very short range ult at that, which is kind of funny. So we have 2 members of 9 lives against the onslaught of Northern Storm plus Dragon. And this turret is probably going to go down, and that is going to be game, I have to imagine. 20 seconds on all the death timers.
Yeah, and that's going to be GG. Good job, Northern Storm, taking a huge lead out of that mid lane and that Mordekaiser bot.
Yeah, Mordekaiser bot. Today is the day that weird lineups seem to be winning, except for with Phoenix. Alright, score screen, advanced details. Who got the most damage? Xerath again, though, man, that was a really, both mid laners doing a really great job.
Right. Now, I just want to point something out here. When it comes to how this game went, you have the 1 kill from that ulti mid lane on Mustache, right?
Uh-huh.
And then they left him alone. We didn't see any more aggressive ultis out of the Nocturne. I feel like that played a very big part on how this went down.
Yeah, we didn't see too much of the Nocturne down in any lane, really. I mean, he showed up a few times. A lot of stuff top lane. But I would have liked to see him show up a little bit more in the lanes that they could have applied a little more pressure.
Right. I mean, even in the bot lane, you let that Alistar and that Mordekaiser get really, really strong to the point where they were almost unkillable, both of them. Xerath just did a whole ton of damage from a distance. Spicy Hot Meme did exactly what he was supposed to, just be disruptive. Outside of that, Kale did what she was supposed to do as well. Just siege and do a lot of damage.
All right, well, we're going to take a quick break and then move into our last game of the night. The game that determines whether or not White Wolf makes it to the playoffs, determines whether or not 9 Lives makes it to the playoffs. Don't go anywhere. We'll be right back.